Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Sunday Sessions podcast, the literal best podcast ever made.
Facts.
Best number one.
Yeah.
You've probably made some dumb decisions over the weekend and feeling a bit shit this Sunday. Well, guess what? So are we. So I'm actually not, but pretend we are. So we're here to help you through the Sunday blues that you might have and make you feel a little bit better about the shit decisions that you made on Saturday night, last night, because you know me, I make some pretty bad decisions. But yeah, I'm 1/3 of your co-hosts, DOWLO. You're probably watching this on my YouTube channel or listening on Spotify, in which case that wouldn't make any sense anyway. But I'm Liam. I make vids. I got mates. 2 of them are my co-hosts today. Who are you?
I'm Ben. I'm 2/3. And I'm in a mood today, guys. Because I've got a stain on my new shirt. So don't talk to me for the whole podcast.
Yeah.
I'm just going to sit here.
Well, unlike that sad piece of shit, my name's Henry, and I'm in a great mood today.
Oh, that's put me in a better mood.
That's
Yeah.
put me in a better mood, so...
Honestly, I know you needed it.
Yeah, I know.
But,
You know what? I'm actually quite in a shit mood as well. And I'll tell you why. Because it's July. And you know what I'm doing this July?
Just you.
Just me. I'm doing dry July.
oh, gross.
For those who don't know what dry July means, it means no alcohol, which also means no fun for all of July.
How's that going?
Shit house. Ben's doing it as well.
It's easier now because we're living together now. It's a lot easier that...
If Ben
we're
wasn't
doing
doing
it
it, there's
together.
no way I'd be able to do it.
Damn.
No fucking chance. Because Ben is like the devil on your shoulder, but he's on both shoulders. He's not the angel and the devil. He's both the
Yeah.
devil. And so I've been sober for 21 days today.
Wow.
And it's July 12th. So,
Are you going to do all of July? You're just going to
Yeah.
do 31 days?
Nah. All of July.
So how many days will that be all up? So,
5 to 6 weeks, 5.5.
Damn.
like that.
So you're going to get smashed on the first weekend back.
Yeah, and for anyone thinking it gets easier, gets harder.
And especially because Melbourne's had some fucking nice weather recently.
Yeah.
Today's a fucking nice day. And what are we doing? We're sat inside, drinking waters, just complaining.
Well, to the listeners, I'm holding the fort down still. I'm not a bitch. I mean, not that you're a bitch, but...
Sorry, we're just trying to find the best version of
Hey.
ourselves and better ourselves mentally and physically.
Sorry, are we not on a podcast called Sunday Sessions?
I'm pretty
I think-
sure
yeah.
it's a charity.
Holy
Dry
Sunday
July.
sessions.
Are you donating?
Well, that's the thing. I didn't know how you do something like that.
You know, you can buy... I didn't realize this, but I was told this from people that were trying to get me to drink on the weekend. But you can buy days. If people donate like $100 or $50, you get like a day to drink.
Oh.
And they were like, "Oh, donate money." I was like, "Oh, I'm not."
How
crazy.
does that work?
I don't know. It's like if you
Loophole.
yeah.
So Australia's such alcoholics that we find loopholes
In
for a
charity,
charity of
yeah.
not drinking
I
for
know.
30 days.
But
31 days.
I held strong to all the listeners and viewers. I fucking held firm and I'm still sober.
Can you
so-
tell us why?
why I'm still sober?
Yeah. What's on the line?
Oh yeah. So Liam and I's punishment, we decided before we agreed to do Dry July, is that the person who breaks it has to get a tattoo chosen by. So let's say Liam drinks. I get to choose a tattoo that goes on Liam. Like I get to choose the design of it, whatever. But he gets to choose where it goes on his body.
Yeah, I reckon we make it so that we can keep it like fair. It has to be the size of a 50-cent coin.
Oh, let's make it a bit bigger.
Bit bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
50-cent coins
No.
are the biggest coin.
Well, like
$5
I
note.
reckon if the design like I
A4
reckon
sheet of
we'll be
paper.
able to agree on something.
Yeah, I don't even think it'll be that bad. As long as
I'm-
it's not like...
If one of us breaks it as well, we'll just throw to the listeners and viewers
I would
for
not
them,
trust
for them to
thing-
send in some fucked up designs.
Me breaking it, the tattoo's the least of my worries. The amount of self-loathing that I would go through, like thinking, oh, fuck, I can't do anything. I can't
Yeah.
even stick to a promise that I made myself would be worse. And you know what's funny? I've done like an attempt at 30 days sober twice since finishing school. One was in 2019 or the start of 2020. I can't remember. And I got like 24 days in. And then it was a beautiful day in Melbourne in like summer. And I was with friends and they were like, oh, let's just go to this like nice bar. We'll just get lunch. And obviously everyone got a beer and I crumbled. And then that haunted me for a couple of years. And then I tried again last year around like October, November, maybe December. One of them. I think maybe December. And definitely October. And I got 27 or 8 days. For some reason, broke that because I went to like my friend's fucking movie premiere, which just there was no reason I had to drink. It was a Wednesday, and the next day I felt fucking shit. So
I've also done that. I did it once before, and I did it in fucking COVID. So like I should have done it easily, but I was playing golf with a friend, and I hit a hole in one. I was about 20 days in. I was like, that's a fucking fair excuse to break dry. I think I was doing like dry August or something. I was like, I'm never gonna hit a hole in one ever.
Are you being serious?
Yeah.
You hit a hole in one?
Yeah.
Didn't your brother hit 2 and he's not even that good?
No, my brother hit one 2 weeks later, and he's like the shittest golfer on the planet. It was a par 3 and he used his driver, and it just rolled like I'm not even kidding. It rolled the whole way up and just like hit the flag and went in.
Oh my god!
And it was like his 3rd time ever playing golf.
Jesus what Christ. The fuck?
Yeah, well, I think it's all about distancing yourself from, like, for anyone doing it, I've found that some tips that have helped me is I have, like...
Have a girlfriend.
The tips that have helped me is you, like, when you... Because the thing that would make me crave it the most is, like, when I would fucking cook dinner or something or watch the footy and you just want, like, a couple beers, just the taste. You're just craving the taste of a fucking creamy
the feeling after 2 beers is just
but so what I did is, and shout out Ben Garens because he was doing this and it helped him finish, and I took the same advice, and I just would get non-alcoholic beers. Sounds cringe, never thought I'd be one to ever do it or say that, but yeah, I just thought they were redundant because like it's like having a decaf coffee, which I also have now started having. But it's like you drink them and it's just the taste, but you don't get drunk. So I thought it was stupid. But I've been having those when I've been craving a beer, and you don't sit there and drink 6 of them because it's like drinking 6 Cokes. Like you're like, I can't drink anymore. And I've been having a couple of them. That's helped. Also, just not going to things, just staying inside. Like my uncle's 28th. My uncle's 28th. My uncle's birthday is on the 28th of this month. And he's having it at the Skinny Dog, which is like my top 3 favourite pubs. And Collingwood are playing Carlton, which is like, for anyone who's not an AFL fan, the biggest Collingwood game on the calendar. Who Ben also goes for Carlton. And I'm just not going to go. I can't go. Because if I go, I'll break it. 100%.
Yeah.
And it's on the 28th.
Yeah.
Fuck. It's so shit.
We've been pumping out some good movies, like Saturday night, Sunday night. Sundays are the hardest, I reckon. Because all you want to do is just go to a pub, have lunch, have 6 pints.
Because you always have the Sunday blues. Even if you
yeah.
don't drink on Saturday and if you have nothing on Monday, there's something about a Sunday that gives you like the blues.
Yeah, especially if it's like beautiful weather.
Yeah. Well, speaking of... See, I'm doing all the right things. I'm not drinking. I'm waking up early and walking the tan every day at 6. I'm fucking, doing the things that they say to do in life. But my luck has still been shit. And I'll tell you why. And you and Zach don't know this. Yesterday, me and Ben went to the gym. Again, trying to better ourselves. And we went at got there at 6:15-ish.
In the morning or at night?
Night.
Yeah.
And I parked. We went in, did a leg session. It was fucking packed. Shit house going at that time because everyone's living in the Matrix. And anyway, we finished and then came outside and I was like, the fuck, I swear I parked my car right there.
Oh.
And I was like, please God, let my car have been fucking stolen. Because I'll just get an insurance claim. I was thinking, if it got stolen, the only thing I care about is the golf clubs in the back because they're expensive. And I do not... Oh, and my Kobe Grinches. That's it. I don't give a fuck about the car. Like, they can have it. Just give me the money or something. But, unfortunately, got fucking towed.
Damn.
Got towed last night.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And
when I say we walked out and I just see, I looked at Liam, he was ropeable. If there was anyone, lucky it was like quiet, no one was walking the streets. If there was anyone, because he was like going out loud, I can't believe I've been fucking towed. And if anyone had to walk past and like done like a little, like a smirk or something, old lady, young kid, they would have been mauled in a street fight. I was scared to fucking go on my phone and play like a TikTok too loud. He was so fucking angry.
Because I googled how much it costs.
Yeah.
And it was like $498 plus $200 for the fucking fee. and I was red with anger.
It's ridiculous. I've been towed before.
It's fucked.
Yeah.
It wasn't thankfully that bad. So, but then, me and Ben went and got my car. Had to go to Collingwood, which is thankfully not too far from where we live. And it was $360. I walked into this like prison cell fucking room. It's like this armored door with like there's like it feels like you're walking into like a prison. And then they've got these screens and there's the dudes working there. All over the walls was just signs like "Stop abuse to our workers" and stuff.
Yeah, because they'd get it so much.
Oh, because like people would walk in there and be like, "You fucking cunts," which is what I wanted to do.
They would hear some fuck
The
stories.
people in front of me were arguing with them.
Yeah.
Everyone in there's and they're just like defeated. And I walk in, see on the door because I'd just come from the gym, didn't have my wallet, must have keys and driver's license or passport. Didn't have my driver's license. And I was red with anger. Like I could, if one of the guys said, "Didn't read the signs, mate," I would have broken the safety glass, ripped him out, and ripped him to shreds.
It's
Like that's
so
how
bad.
angry I was. But I walked up and I had to be fucking nice to him because I didn't have my license and all I had was a photo. So I was like, I need to be nice to get what I want. Because if I walk up and I'm like, for fuck's sake, I don't have my license, you're going to make me go get it. He would have been like, yeah, you have to have it. But I walked up, just calmed myself, and I was like, sorry, mate, I don't have my license. All I have is a photo of it. Is that all right? And he's like, yeah, that's fine. And I was like, oh, thank God. And then I was nice to him, and he's like, oh, how do you want to pay? And I was like, I don't want to pay. I want it back. I want my car back. He's like, oh, well, look, Muscles, that's not how the fucking world works. So how do you want to pay? So I tapped my fucking card, $362. And I walk into the car yard, and then like there's like 50 fucking workers in there, all standing around doing nothing.
Yeah.
Was it full, the car yard?
Nah, but there was people just coming and going. They would make a fucking fortune off that.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking, this made me have a lot of thoughts. So I'm going to go into them all real quick. First one, why the fuck is it $360 if you park in the wrong spot for 5 minutes? When literally the minimum wage is like fucked, all the cost of living, inflation, the fucking housing crisis, everything.
Mikey's $10 now.
And like they fucking expect, like I'm lucky that I'm in a position where I could afford to pay $360. I don't know that many people who have $360 spare just to buy their car back.
Yeah.
And if you don't get it back within 48 hours, you have to start paying like expensive fees every day it's there.
Oh, what?
It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
So like you have to just come up with the money, or
That's like 2 full days working on like a minimum wage.
yeah, it's fucked. And it's just like $400 is like most people's weekly like money that they have aside that's not dedicated to bills and payments and shit. Like if you had 400, if you had $400 a week spare, that's like pretty good.
Yeah.
Like very good actually living here.
Yeah.
And I was like, they have no shame just taking fucking people's money for parking in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
Like, if it was $100, I would not have cared.
Yeah, my friend Rudy, who we're gonna hear a story from later, he went to the laundry one day, parked outside, and was doing his thing. Turns around and sees, so he was getting a coffee or something, and he sees his car getting loaded onto the tow truck. And he runs out. He's like, "Shit, mate, sorry. Like, I'm moving. I'm so sorry." He's like, "Either you pay me $400 right now, or you can pay $400 at the depot and pick up your car there." So he's like, "All right, whatever." Pays the guy $400, and then gets a fine in the mail later for another $400 that he had to pay again. And he like tried to dispute it. I don't know if he got it off, but they're just like rinsing you for your money. Yeah,
mate, they're all cunts.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And
they sit around the corner waiting for you to be parked illegally so they can take you the second that it turns.
It's like,
Do you reckon they love their jobs?
no, well, that's the other thing. My big thought and like thing around this is, the signs in there were saying "Stop abuse to our workers," and you know what I think? Fuck that.
Yeah, if you're
And
gonna
you know
be
why?
one.
I'm gonna say why, because this is like, whatever. Oh, it's not their fault. They're not the ones doing it. Why work a job and make your life purpose making people's day shitter? It's like, oh, what do you do for work? Oh, I'm a fucking tram inspector, and I make uni kids who can't afford it stay worse. I ruin their day.
Exactly. It was
Like,
ticket
what-
inspector.
All you do is make people's life worse. I like to feel like what I do, I fucking make people's day a little bit better because I make them laugh. But there's people who out there who are like, it's always people who hate their lives. It's the same people, and they hate the world. It's the same people who fucking work at nightclubs and are cunt security guards for no reason when the venue doesn't tell them to do that. They just, like the guy in fucking Aubrey at the Astor, him. It's those people who just hate the world. They're like, oh, I want to make everyone's day worse by not letting them in because we've already told the story in the podcast, but you having that fucking empty can in your pocket because you didn't want to litter and then you didn't let us in, which isn't a venue rule. Like, fuck that. They deserve to get abused. If you're working a job where you're like, oh yeah, I take people's money for parking in the wrong fucking spot, well, the gym, then that's what you sign up for. It's like if you're being a cop, it's like, oh, it's wrong that cops get fucking attacked. Well, yeah, that's what they sign up for.
Yeah, they have a gun for it.
They get abused because they sign up for a job that fucks people off.
Yeah. Like, I understand. I get, like, don't be rude to Macca's workers.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, but fucking, if you're giving someone a $100 parking fine that they can't afford, I understand.
Yeah, especially in today's... It's like, oh, everyone needs to make a living. There's billions of other fucking jobs you can have. If you walk past any shop in Melbourne, they're like, we're hiring. So why the fuck
Liam, I can't tell if you're angry or not.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm mad about it because I got a fucking $400 fine.
I actually really respect what they do.
Oh, shut up. Yeah, well, what's something that annoys you, Ben, about...
I've actually got a list of pet peeves.
Oh, isn't that convenient?
No, I've actually been working on this list for a few years now because people used to always ask me, oh, there it is.
I hate when people ask you and you...
I know that I've got them, but I can't think of them on the spot. So, like, some of them are pretty dumb, but warm water at cafes. Ooh. Like, when you go to a cafe, I want my water to be fucking...
ice cold.
Out of the fridge. You know, like a hot summer's day and you're sitting outside and you get like room temperature water.
Because room temperature water's good for you.
Yeah, but
cold water's not.
So
how?
Because cold water shocks to your insides. It's not good to have.
Yeah, but it's not like atrociously bad for you.
Yeah, well,
I've had nights where I've put 45 beers in my body. I'm sure cold water is not going to kill me.
It's like you go into a cafe and you get a burger and you're like, oh, well, you should get a salad because it's better for you. No, I fucking want cold water with my nice meal.
Just on that, while we're in hospitality, sorry to cut you off, Henry. Spanion's video I was watching last night, and he was getting fish and chips, and they charged him $3 extra for a little tub of tartar sauce.
Yeah, that's fucked.
$4
for gravy? That's just king on get
fucking fucked. If you own a fish and chip shop or like any restaurant, and you're charging for sauce, you're as bad as the fucking Met dogs who take your money on the tram
and the tow fucking truck drivers.
This is an angry episode.
Yeah. On that, this is a little life hack for you all. If you want free sauce at KFC, because they charge you 60 cents for it, which is such a rort. You always get your food and then just ask them afterwards, and they will always give it to you, and it's so good.
They stopped doing that because you said it.
Putting cups the wrong way in the dishwasher, like when you sit a cup the normal way you'd sit a cup on a table in the dishwasher.
Oh, that's
and then when you pull it out and it's full of dishwasher water.
I don't know if that's a pet peeve. That's just like, you're an idiot if you do that.
Yeah, well, I get angry when it happens.
Fair enough.
It's always kids who didn't go to boarding school and have humidity breathing down their neck to pack the dishwasher. The rule at our boarding school kitchen, because the dishwasher, there was fucking 40 kids using dishes, and the dishwasher in the boarding house was a normal sized dishwasher. And the rule was there's always room for more. So it would just be fucked.
And it would be like all clean. You'd open it and everything would be clean, and you'd have like 2 dirty dishes in the
that someone's just chucked in.
And then you just put the 2 dirty dishes, and then you re-put it back on, so you wouldn't have to unload it. It would be going like all week.
There was never dishes in the drawers. It was always just in the dishwasher. You had to take it out and clean it and use them.
When people don't wave thank you after letting them cross the road, that fucks me off.
Or in a car when you let them in.
I could kill them. You need to say thank you.
And a smile's not sufficient. Don't look at me and give me a fake smile.
Yeah.
I want to see your arm. Even if you've got, like, your arms don't work, I want you to fucking...
lift a finger or something.
I want you to, like, kick your leg up and wave with the foot.
I've got a pet peeve. I get really annoyed when you're driving and the person in front of you is the first person at the red light and they don't go all the way up to the line. Like over the sensor, it does my head in.
I think that, but when people are turning and they don't go far enough out that you can make the lights as well.
Yes. Oh my God.
Like, don't fucking squeak out into the road a little bit and then not.
And then they go through just as it's like changing from yellow to red. Yeah. So then you're stuck there.
Yeah.
I've just thought of another one from that dishwasher one, and our old boarding master would do this all the time.
Speak.
What?
He would speak? That annoyed you?
Yeah. No, like when you're going to pack the dishwasher or you're wiping down the table or you're going to do something and like people say, oh, can you just wipe down the table? Or can you just put your dishes away? And you're like, I was fucking going to do
and
that.
now you don't want to do it.
And now you don't want to do it. He would do that. You'd like finish your meal and you'd be picking up your plate and going to walk it in the dishwasher. He's like, just put that in the dishwasher, would you? And I would
Ben and our old
fucking
boarding master had some of
lose
the
my
funniest
shit.
arguments. Speaking of funny boarding stories, this is a really quick one. Because we all had our own room, or like pretty much our own rooms. And one time, this kid in the boarding house during lunchtime kicked my door off its hinges into my room. So I had no door. And then I came back, and I did. The door was just fucked. It was broken, but it was kind of still there. So I would sit the door there so no one could fucking see me have a wank at night or something. And then one day I came back and my door was gone. And I said to the boarding master, who... his name...
don't say his name.
Yeah, I won't say his name. But I'll just call him mate. I was like, mate, where's my fucking door? Because I used to had one. And then he just looked at me. He's like, it's getting fixed. And then walked off. And I was like, when am I going to have a door again? And then he looked back at me. He's like, well, how long do you think a door takes to get fixed? And I was like, I don't know, 15 minutes? Not long. And then he just
This is a school that has a full-time crew of maintenance people. Their job is just maintenance.
Looked back at me and then just walked off. Didn't even reply to what I said. And then I just was like, when am I getting one? And he just wouldn't answer, just walked off. And for months, I didn't have a door, and I'd use the mattress from the other bed in my room. And it was a fucking boarding house, so everyone
would kick it down.
Everyone who would walk past my room to go to the toilet, no matter if it was 3 a.m., fucking during the day when I wasn't even in the room, any time they walked past, I would have kids that I hate walk past my room at 3 a.m. to piss, and would just kick my mattress into the room. So
we need to tell a few good boarding
we need to have
stories.
we can have a whole episode on boarding houses.
Fucking funny shit that's happened.
You know what? This isn't a pet peeve. This is just an observation on society again.
This is a good episode, so I'm loving this shit.
Because everyone listening, we always plan our episodes pretty extensively. Shut up. And this one, we really didn't have that much of a plan, but I'm kind of liking just being able to vent. Because there's a lot of things, especially last night when I got towed, the built-up anger that I had, I was like, this is when people, fucking bodies hit the floor and people see red. Is when this sort of anger. Yeah. And I was like, when you just feel like anyone could say something and you're going to, black out? That's how I felt with that fucking fine. Anyway, what I was saying is something that's kind of would be... pet peeve and wrong if everyone didn't do it now. This is a situation of two wrongs make a right. Stealing drinks at a party, because when it happens to when I do it, I'm just gonna be honest. If I go to a house party and I know no one there really, and
you open up the washing machine,
you open up the fridge or you see drinks. And I don't even have any drinks here. I'm just gonna take some.
It doesn't have to be a party where you know no one. I've done it my best mate's 21st.
I probably have too. Yeah. But, I have no problem doing it. And so in the same sense, when it happens to me, which it has recently, I see it and I go, if I didn't do it as much as I did, it would annoy me, but it evens out. So that's an example of real world two wrongs do make a right.
Well, you know what pissed me off once? I went to a party. Halfway through, we ran out of drinks. So me and a mate walked down to the bottle-o, got a slab of CCs. Came back, we had 2 each, put them in the laundry for 20 minutes, and we come back and there's a group of 8 people on the floor with a whole empty slab next to them. They've just crunched it.
What'd you say?
I was just like, what the fuck?
That's ballsy. Staying where you stole
staying
just
drinking the crime.
and just leaving all the evidence there. Just
and they were smashed, so I couldn't get angry at them.
Yeah.
That's alpha.
Yeah, we ended up getting
But if you're going to a party where it's BYO, you always know, you always got to account for it. You know some of your drinks are going to get stolen.
Yeah.
If you can't really get angry at that because everyone fucking does.
So, quick little backstory. This is my friend Rudy. Shout out Rudy.
Fuck that guy. Sorry, Rudy.
We went to... he goes into good detail about it. I'll just give a quick little backstory. We went to a rave in an abandoned building in South Bank, and he happened to walk into a room at the end of it, and it was very funny.
This of following on from last week's episode with the sexpert, it was fresh in our minds. We went to play it then, but we were too deep in conversation with Emily, so go listen to that episode if you haven't, because it's very good.
So here we go.
I went to a gig. It was a Saturday night at the Corner Hotel. Went and saw this band, had a few beers, and I was like, I was like a little bit drunk, but like not really fucked up. I was like in the perfect stage to like go out and get fucking destroyed. Anyway, I called up Henry and I was like, what are you doing? And he was like, I'm going to this rave in this abandoned building in the city. Do you want to come? And I was like, fuck yeah, like let's go. And so I rocked up and it was like a pretty new building in the city, but it was just empty. And it was like an apartment building, and it was nice, and it'd been probably built.
It was like, just so we're clear, it was like a office building that had like it looked very new, but all the windows and shit had been smashed in, and like,
Were they allowed to have the rave?
nah.
Ah.
But I mean, yes.
Yeah, no, those things happen everywhere. Like
Yeah.
the ones under the bridge and shit.
Yeah. But it was like I don't know. It was like a really nice building. All the power was still on, everything, but it was just empty. It was weird. Anyway.
Last 10 years. So like it wasn't some shit old fucking building. It was like a nice building. Anyway, go up the stairs and then you get into a lift, and we got off at like the 40th floor. So it's a big building.
Oh,
Yeah.
high up.
Yeah.
Anyway, we get off the lift and the lift's still running even though the building's completely abandoned. Anyway, there's a full rave going on and it's like completely out of control. Like just going off. Like there's probably a couple hundred people up there. Anyway, it was a big shift from going to see a pretty mellow band straight into a rave in the city. And anyway, I was too sober to be there, and I'm kind of like getting a bit paranoid about it because I'm like, we're like trapped if the cops show up here. Like we're kind of fucked, and I'm kind of like, I need to get really fucked up to be here and feel comfortable.
No, I need to
I don't
leave.
have any alcohol on me. So I was like, fuck this, I'm leaving. And I was to say goodbye to my friends, and I leave. And I get in the lift, and you take the lift down 10 floors, and then you have to get into the fire escape to get out. Anyway, I get in the lift with these guys, and I'm like, are you guys leaving? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, do you know the way out? And they're like, yeah. Anyway, it turns out they didn't. So we get off like 10 floors down, and they're just opening up doors and like smashing shit. And I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? And they're like, oh, we're just trying to find the fire escape. Anyway, so I start opening up doors, and I kid you not, the second fucking door I open the door, and there's like 30 cunts in this room, full orgy, and there's like a train. There's like a train of like 10 people just fucking, like, and then there's just all these other people just around doing their thing. And I'm like, holy fuck, like what have I just walked in on? And they all look at me, and I'm like a deer in headlights. Like I'm just standing there like, what the fuck? And they look at me like, are you in or you out? And I slammed the door and fucking ran off. But yeah, it was completely fucked.
Where were you?
Yeah, I was upstairs still because he wanted to leave early, but we ended up staying for a bit longer. And right after he left, someone pulled the fire alarm, and all the cops and fire engines showed up and stuff.
Kicking it. Were you there when the cops got up?
Yeah, we all just walked out, and it was fine. Like,
Well, did you have to take the lift?
No, we ended up just taking the stairs down because the police and stuff were in the lift, so we just had to walk down heaps of stairs. But it was very fun, and that story is hilarious. Like I can just imagine him opening the door to a room of people fucking, and him just standing.
That'd
there
be like traumatized.
yeah, I know.
Imagine all the people in the room like running out when the fire alarm got pulled. They're just like running out naked. The cops be like, "What the fuck is going on up
Do you reckon they
there?"
had a Facebook group where they planned it?
Yeah, probably.
Just like going through people's profiles and like thinking about who they.
How does that even happen? Like, do they organize that shit or?
I reckon it's just like a couple people started fucking, and then people just walked into the room and they're like, oh yeah.
That's
It was a pretty unhinged like rave.
Are you all right, Zach? You look like you're fucking one blow from death.
This is a fuck.
Why don't you go ask the fucking people for some Panadol?
Yeah, why don't you take the headphones off? You're crying, mate.
For those wondering, our producer is fucking dying in front of our eyes.
yeah.
Like the most visibly fucked I've ever seen someone with a headache.
Yeah. Are you actually okay?
Yeah, I know, I'm fine.
You want some water? Oh, you got water.
Why are you bricked up?
Why am I now bricked? Yeah, well, that's a fucked story. Those sort of things like always make me feel really weird and uncomfortable. Like when I'd hear stories about Berghain, I'd always get really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because you just think of like the type of people.
Yeah, but you can't get uncomfortable. It's just like how people are.
I don't think it's like how people are. I think it's how a very small group of people are.
Yeah, but what? You're going to hate on them?
Nah, good. You know what? Good on them.
Yeah, exactly.
That party seems fucking horrifyingly dangerous. Though, like
Yeah.
40th floor.
Yeah, and it was, the party was on like the 40th floor, but the rooftop was like way higher, and you could go, and it's just like a balcony that looked over the South Bank.
Oh, that's fucked.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was scary, but it was very cool.
Jeez.
Yeah.
What
Well,
building
that's-
was it?
Sorry?
What building was it?
It was,
The Eureka Sky Tower.
I don't know what building it was. It was near Flinders Street, like overlooked Flinders Street.
Yeah, right.
But it was cool. We drank a lot of beers, which we
How
liked
come you
on
didn't
this.
invite us?
Well, that story's made me really
think I
thirsty.
Did you?
Yeah, I think I actually did invite you guys.
I'm honestly glad I didn't go.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's made me pretty thirsty. And so, despite it being dry July, we're still doing our favorite segment, beer review, because it's a couple sips, all right? It's my job, doesn't count. Zach, if you're not dead, do you want to tell us about the beer? I fucking shocked you were able to travel. With how busy you've been this week, I don't know how you've found the time to travel.
Yeah, well, I think I'm just hoping that remembering this story kind of, makes me feel a little bit better. I do think, though, that this story kind of might explain why I feel so...
Can you just put your face on the camera? Just
Yeah, for a
Nah.
second.
no, because then people will go watch the YouTube video just to see what we're talking.
Can you sit on that seat?
Sit in the
You
seat.
just look like you've been crying like in the corner for the last.
I was looking over while
40
Henry's telling that
minutes.
story. Zach's just like, it looked like he was in the orgy and he's like, oh fuck, reliving it. That's how fucking.
You can't really...
Oh god, I'm glad you don't have the monitor facing me because I would never not be looking into that. All right, so if you're listening, Zach just came onto the screen in the YouTube video, so go watch that because we
Yeah.
get AdSense money for that.
Zach came onto the screen.
What?
Yeah. So anyway, I look and feel pretty fucked right now. But I was fine this morning. I think it's just lack of sleep.
I think
and just,
that,
like, being
I don't know
work-
about you
spending all
guys.
days working.
Do you just feel shit this morning? Because I woke up
felt
feeling
pretty fucking
shit.
terrible, and like I didn't drink or anything last night. I got home pretty late, but
Mercury's
What time
probably
did you
in,
get home?
in
in
retrograde.
yeah, that's it.
If
Anyway,
if anything happens wrong, Mercury's in retrograde.
anyway, so
Go
yeah.
on, sorry.
For this week's beer review, I decided to go looking for the perfect cocktail. I was like, we've done enough beers, we've done a few
Oh.
mixes, but we haven't done the perfect cocktail.
Did you
haven't
bring the
done a
shaker
cocktail
cup and
yet.
you're going to make it here?
I know what it is. I think I know what it is.
I think Ben's figured it out.
I know what it is too.
Fuck.
Wait,
I know what it is as well.
I think
I'm
I
not
know
going
what
to
it
say
is.
it.
No, fuck all
I'm
you
not
guys.
going to say it.
I know what it is. I just want to be involved.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right.
Only because I know what the perfect cocktail is.
Yeah.
Pina colada.
Fuck. I know from the way you guys look, you know exactly what it is. Anyway.
This is good though. Tell it.
The perfect cocktail. A cocktail that transcends alcohol. Something so good that you can't help but make it by the liter.
I know what it is.
I'm so confused.
Oh, how do you not?
No, fuck you. Wait.
Don't say it.
Yeah,
Don't say it.
All right. Anyway, so I hatched the plan to go find the perfect cocktail. I go to a cocktail bar every night of the week and order every single cocktail on the menu.
Maybe that's why you feel
yeah,
shit.
Yeah, so it was a pretty bad plan. But, you know, it's the only one I thought of. It's very expensive, but, you know, what else was I supposed
throw
to
it on
do?
the company card.
Yeah, exactly. So, first night, I go to this bar and I try it all. I try a Manhattan, too bitter. I try a Cosmopolitan, too sweet. I try a Long Island, not strong enough. I try everything. There was some good stuff, but never anything I thought was perfect. Not like one thing that I was like, this is the cocktail. So night one was a bust.
So it was an impossible quest, you might think.
Yeah, no. I was reaching, you know, what I thought was a point of diminishing return. But, so I did the same thing the next night. And the next, and the next. The night started to take their toll on both my bank account and my liver. I no longer remember the taste of beer or wine, only cocktail.
Cock.
Can we click that and edit the tail out? So him saying, I only remember the taste of cock.
Cocktail. Anyway, I pushed my family away for this. They kept telling me to stop, that I was an alcoholic, that I didn't even care about the perfect cocktail. I just wanted to go on a bender. While they were mostly right, I needed to do this for this as well. I needed to find the right drink for this week's beer review. I'd lost count of the nights at this point. I was barely alive. I didn't even remember the last 10 cocktails I drank, just that they weren't perfect. I'd almost given up. I almost wanted to. But then something amazing happened. I'd been kicked out of a bar for jumping behind the bar at bar a lot in this story and pouring all of the liquor that they had there into a bucket and then sculling it. So
That'll do it.
yeah. So they kicked me out. I was out on the street. I didn't know where I was. Didn't know what time it was. The sun was out, but I felt sick. So I went over to a dumpster. I thought I was going to throw up. But in it, something was glistening.
Oh.
What could it be?
It looked soft. It looked like perfection.
It's a dead body.
I grabbed it, went home, and I placed the object I'd found on the table. I didn't know what it was, but I knew it was my salvation. As I deliberated on what to do next, I went to the fridge to grab some OJ. And as I sipped on that juice, it hit me. The perfect cocktail. And I brought the ingredients with me today.
Oh, what? Oh, I know what it is. Oh, that's not what I was
I
thinking.
knew it. What did you think?
I was thinking Bundy and Coke.
No, I knew.
I thought you were gonna pull out a fat lamb.
Oh, he bought the chip. Did you bring a cup?
No, you just pour it in there.
I'm gonna use a bottle.
That was one of your best stories.
Mate.
Wait, you know what I was thinking as well that is fucked? He was talking about going and drinking every cocktail on the menu, and 2 weeks ago we were talking about the guy from England who did that in Jamaica and
Oh,
died.
yeah.
I heard
Bit
you.
insensitive, Zach.
I mean, you can just
Oh,
put it
you're
in
gonna
the orange
spill
juice.
fucking everywhere.
Nah,
Put
I'm
it
not
in the
gonna...
orange juice so you don't
Imagine
spill it.
pouring that into
Yeah.
Nah, someone hold it.
No.
Oh,
Pour
Christ
it into the
almighty.
orange. Pour it into the orange juice. one.
Just pour it into this.
Nah,
But
because
that's
that's
too much
way
juice.
too much orange juice. Here, I'll hold it.
No, but if we just top it
Actually,
all the way up.
Ben's a professional pourer, so you... Henry, you
Oh,
hold
I
it.
don't like this. Fuck. I should have gotten a cup.
Nah, because if
Hang
you
on,
line
hang
them
on,
up-
hang on. Is there a cup in there? Oh, too late.
Okay. No, this is working.
It's dribbling into the cup.
Oh, yeah. Nah, that's perfect.
Oh my god! All right.
Yeah. Oh, let's do that. Yeah, we'll just do a little bit.
you
So
have
for
to-
those listening and don't know,
Oh yeah,
because
true. We
just
haven't even said what it is yet.
If you haven't already switched over to the YouTube video to see what we're talking about, it's a big silver bag, and it's also known as a goon bag or a goon sack. For those foreigners, that's cast wine. It's, what is it,
God's
$13 for
This-
40
yeah, this
drinks?
was-
Yeah, and
$14.
it's a staple of Australia, honestly.
It's, yeah, fairy bread, Bunnings snag, goon and juice.
I'd love
Fat
to know the
lamb.
sale of goon bags around festival time, because that's what fucking keeps those companies
Yeah.
alive. It would just go through the roof.
I have that whole story, but the actual reason I had a giant goon bag and a bunch of juice at home is because on fucking Saturday night, me and Henry were going to a 21st, and we were like, "Oh, what should we do for prees?" And he's like,
And we're broke, so
"Yeah." Well,
Oh, Zach's
hey,
living
hey,
pretty
hey,
pretty
hey.
fruitfully.
I love goon and juice, and Henry was like, "Yeah, we'll split a goon bag, and you go get some juice." And I'm like, "All right, sweet." Went down to Coles, bought some goon, bought some juice. Henry's like, "Yeah, I'll be around at 6:30." This was at 3 p.m. by the way. When I'd woken him up with my phone call at 3 p.m. And then 6:30 comes around. Henry's not there. I give him a ring half an hour later. He doesn't pick up. It gets to like 8:10. And he finally calls me back. It's like, "Oh, hey, man, I just woke up."
Henry's fucked. Isn't it fucked that the most expensive part of a goon and juice is more often the juice?
Yeah.
Me and Ben went through like 3 goon bags at pitch, and there's 40 drinks in
They're
one
actually
goon bag.
elite.
They're actually,
They're
no,
so
we
good.
joke about it. It's delicious.
I got the most drunk I've ever been off a goon bag at my friend Luke's party, and it was just.
and you
horrendous.
gotta have like 10 parts goon to 1 part juice.
I was drinking.
Going in for the
straight
sip.
goon. Yeah, you go.
Going in for the
I'll
sip.
tell this story while you're going in for a sip.
Alright.
Me and my friend Declan split a 20-liter bag, and we were doing double snorkels of goon in a beer
Wait, was that
beer bottle.
Was that before the Burgon party thing?
Nah. But I also did that then.
Yeah.
I think I think Goon and Juice is a top 5 best alcoholic drinks.
Yeah, it's a top 1 cocktail.
It's a top 5 and it's
number
not
one.
5, 4, 3.
I can't
or 2.
believe.
So-
I thought, Ben, you got it when.
I
I
thought he
was
had it
thinking
as well.
Bundy and Coke straight
Oh,
away.
No, I
Nah,
thought
was
Goon and
thinking-
Juice because I knew he had it at home. Ben,
Yeah,
have a
that's
sip.
that's why
You
I
have
thought
to.
you would have
No,
seen
don't.
me.
You have to.
So you guys are obviously not getting drunk. What if I was just to get smashed right now?
Can you just drink it out of the sack for
Yeah.
the rest of the podcast?
I could.
Goon and Juice. Let's talk experience when you try it.
You can't judge it on taste alone. It has to be.
No, I can because it's
Okay,
great.
okay.
All right, this is what happens when you go venturing into the Goon and Juice perfect cocktail waters of the world. You taste the juice first. You can have any juice works well. Pineapple, mango, tropical, breakfast, orange, not apple.
Yeah, it's a bit too.
Can't
light.
have apple.
Mm.
You can have apple blackcurrant.
Yeah, it's got to be a dark color.
You can have cranberry. You can have anything, but not apple. Anyway, so you taste it. The juice slithers down your throat, and you go, "Oh yeah, juice, nice, cold, juicy drink." But then afterwards, you don't get the taste, even if it's full of goon and then like a splash of juice. It's still juice, and then you get the warm fuzzies in the tummy. It's not a taste. It's more of a feeling. Like it's like the feeling you get when you hug like a big fucker. You know how you feel warm and embraced?
Yeah.
And it's like a good big hug.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you feel and taste with Goon and Juice. Don't need to go much more into detail with it because it's fucking dirt cheap and it's a staple. And you slap the goon bag and you say, yeah, you big fuck. You naughty little thing. Goon and Juice is a 9 out of 10.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
great, great.
It's
I
a
definitely agree.
9 out of 10.
Is
Even
that
though
the
we called it
highest?
the perfect
That's the
cocktail.
highest.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
highest.
Yeah, I fully agree with that.
Because there's no one who doesn't like Goon and Juice, and if they don't, they're a fuckwit.
Yeah,
Best
they're lying.
flavors to go with said goon: orange and mango juice.
Orange and mango, number 1, I'd say.
Yeah.
I like tropical juice.
Yeah.
Tropical juice is good.
Really
Breakfast.
Pineapple juice.
Yeah, I was gonna say
pineapple,
pineapple's great.
All right, so we got what was your orange and mango?
Tropical.
Yeah.
And pineapple.
I bet you there's a weird one. Like I bet you
Mango-
like
mango would
fucking.
be good.
You know what's probably good is something like carrot juice or something. I reckon some weird thing with it.
Carrot juice.
Oh, do you remember that video that we made and it was best goon mixes?
Didn't we have Yakult or
Yeah,
something?
you did like you, cold,
yeah.
you did the Milo can
Oh,
and Ben
yeah.
pours the
Oh,
Milo
that
can
was
on his
filthy,
face.
and you were spitting on each other in that video.
Yeah, that was fucked.
Liam just at one point is like standing there for a second, like looking at the camera, just like not really there, and he's holding like a big glass mug that you guys were mixing in the entire video, and he just goes, "Ugh," and then smashes it on the ground,
No,
and then
Ben's
starts
like, "Oh,
pissing on it.
Ben's like, oh, the Milo one wasn't that good, and I was drinking it, and I was like, yeah, that one sucks, and just smashed this glass on the ground.
And now
Is that
look at
on
us. Now we're
YouTube
doing
or was
dry
that on-
July.
Nah, I deleted them because YouTube love giving strikes.
Damn.
Yeah.
And now we've matured.
Speaking of good stories, Henry, you got any good stories? It's happened to be the most amazing thing that's ever happened to you when you're drunk.
Yeah, so you're not gonna believe it, but yes.
What?
So how's this, right? The other day, on last Sunday, I had a good friend's 21st. Happy birthday, Texas.
Texas?
Texas
Yeah, it's a
is his
sick name.
Texas.
Sick name. And one of my
Okay.
good friends from year 7, love him. Anyway, we go to his apartment. There's beers there. More beers, more beers, more beers.
Goon and Juice?
Unfortunately, no.
Shit party then.
Shit party. But we go from his apartment to the SB for a drink because he works there. So we all
Shithole.
got free drinks. Then we went to a place called 29th Apartment, which is a nice little bar.
What?
It's like a bar on Fitzroy Street. And
Nah, it probably sucks.
I just got smashed. I left at like 3 in the morning after a huge night, and I was walking home, and obviously you guys know that I sometimes don't have a lot of money in my bank account. And I was thinking to myself, that was one of those times I was going, oh, fuck, I'm really hungry, and I would just kill for a feed. Like, absolute. And it was a long walk home because all the trams were down and everything. I had to walk from St Kilda to where I live. And it was just like a 40-minute walk, whatever. And as I'm walking and I'm thinking, like, fuck me, I'm so hungry. Headphones are broken. I'm just feeling a bit shit, very drunk. I look over and there's 2 pizza boxes sitting in front of someone's house.
Oh.
But it was 4 a.m. and the pizzas were cold. Like it had obviously been someone that had got home, ordered it.
Zach must have been having a sleepover at someone's house in fucking St Kilda.
And it was magical. I picked them up, ate the first one in the park around the corner.
Wait, they were full pizzas.
Full pizzas.
2 full pizzas.
2 full pizzas.
At the
You
front
sent us a Snapchat, didn't you?
Yeah, and I was like screaming.
It was like the happiest I've ever seen.
So like you opened them and it was just like gold light.
Yeah, literally. It was like that scene in Pulp Fiction when they opened the briefcase. And it was just, honestly, there has never been a better moment in my entire life.
That's God's sign for you to keep going.
Yeah, I know. And that's what I did.
So the best thing that's ever happened to you drunk is finding 2 cold pizzas on the walk home.
Tell me you wouldn't be fucking
Did you
stoked.
eat both?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What,
2
in
full
one
pizzas.
sitting?
No. I ate one and then took the other one home and ate the other one in bed.
You should have just eaten them on the front doorsteps.
Yeah.
Imagine they walk out at like 5 because they're like, oh fuck, I woke my Uber Eats. They walk out and you're just sitting out there eating their pizzas.
Like those people that stole your CCs.
Yeah.
They just like stay in the crime scene with the evidence. You're like, I didn't eat your pizza. Still fucking got
There's
barbecue
cheese
sauce
all over
all over you.
They'd probably be happy because like I know when I'm drunk and order some food and then go to sleep and wake up the next day, all I wish is that someone had have stolen it and eaten it so I don't have to deal with it.
Yeah. What do? Do you chuck it out or do you try to eat
So,
the cold?
no, normally I'll bring it inside and Zach will most often than not like have a bite of the burger or something and then spit it out, or like he'll reheat the HSP and then have it himself.
One thing about Zach.
That's happened more times than it should have.
Zach's the type of guy that would just eat anything. I feel like.
Except for avocado.
Yeah. I have a fair few things that I don't really
Yeah,
like.
you need to grow up if you don't like avocado.
Yeah.
I
It's a
don't like
superfood.
I don't like it.
And it increases your libido.
What's libido?
I don't need any more of
Sex
that.
drive.
Oh,
Don't
let's
need any
get
more of that.
something.
Yeah, well, when's this suck fight going to happen?
It's not at the Coliseum anymore.
Yeah, so what's the fuck's going on?
Zuck was training with Izzy and Volk
Yeah.
today, and he had a photo with his shirt off.
He looks
And
pretty
He's
jacked.
fucking jacked.
Yeah,
Like he's
pretty small,
shredded.
Pretty small though.
Yeah, but he's been
Yeah.
doing jiu-jitsu for like 10 years. So I'm swinging to Zuck's side now. Zuck's
Yeah.
going to fuck him up.
Zuck is also like
Elon's just got confidence because he fucking...
is a lot bigger.
You see the tweet that Elon put out?
Yeah, but look at who
Yeah.
Volk fights. Like Volk fights people that are a lot bigger than him. and
Yeah,
he
but
wins.
I Volkanovski's are a lot better than fucking Mark Lizard Robot Man Zuckerberg.
Yeah,
Imagine-
but
imagine-
Elon
Think about
probably isn't
Jesse
that good.
Eisenberg in fucking The Social Network. Think about him. That's Zuck.
Yeah,
a
but
dork.
that's not him now.
Mate, he's a fucking dork. Elon's tweet, how he's like,
Yeah.
I propose a literal dick measuring competition.
Imagine like
After the fight.
imagine Zuck just hits Elon and like all these wires pop out of his face. It's just like full.
His eyes like those ones with like the springs and like.
No, like in the corners in between rounds, like accidentally spill a bit of water on him,
Yeah.
and his like lizard skin just like comes out.
Who's gonna fight on the undercards? Because it can't be actual fighters.
no,
Because it's
yeah.
a joke of an event.
Surely it's
Joe Rogan's got to have one.
Joe Rogan versus Dana White.
Joe Rogan versus a bear.
Cursor versus 360.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Or Snipes.
Snipes. Yeah, fucking hell.
Who could it actually Snipes? That I'm sorry, little kids. Imagine he's the half like the entertainment, the pre-fight entertainment is Snipes.
Oh fuck, that'd be good.
Oh, now who would actually fight?
It would.
Joe
They would have to
Biden,
get no.
Donald
They'd
Trump.
have to get the animal equivalents of them. They'd have to get like a fucking moose and a lizard to fight.
They should actually do animals in the undercard, like a gorilla versus a bear.
That when the grizzly, everyone. All right, me and Ben have been having this debate for years, and it always gets heated. It's like our FIFA games. Who would win, a grizzly bear or a silverback gorilla in a
Gorilla,
fight?
easily.
A fucking grizzly bear
A
would.
gorilla would
a grizzly bear is like 8 foot tall,
Shit.
A gorilla
weighs
would
3 times as much,
A gorilla would
kitchen
win.
knives, faster than a gorilla, way stronger
I
than
didn't
a gorilla.
realize it was a running
And
race.
Ben
It's
thinks
not a fucking running race.
Ben's argument is a gorilla would rip one of its arms off.
win. It would
Like,
fucking
do you know how hard that would-
demolish. It would
I mean,
demolish
yeah.
it.
I mean, the size of gorillas' arms compared to bears'
No,
arms.
yeah, no.
Mate,
but-
yeah, I feel like-
even if the gorilla just punched it, it would cause like it would knock it out
Have
so
you
quickly.
seen grizzly
No, but
bear
I feel
run
like
at
a
things?
bear is just all fat.
Nah.
Like, it's like
It's
there's-
power.
yeah.
Yeah, but imagine imagine
Power.
the gorilla like throwing the bear against a tree or something.
This is what the fight would be. You ever seen dwarf boxing? the best dwarf in the entire world versus Shaq in a fucking punch-on. That's what it would be.
No, it wouldn't.
Yes.
This is what happened. A bear would stand up and go, "Oh, I'm a bear.
I'm
Don't
8
fuck
foot."
with me." And then the gorilla would run at it, swing around onto its back, and just rip its arms
I
off.
can't
and choke
do
it out.
that.
It
How's
would
it
choke it
gonna
out,
do
and
that?
it's like, tap, tap. Oh, wait, you can't tap because you don't have any fucking arms.
No, the grizzly bear, which has more bite force, is going to run at it and go.
Yeah, well, if it runs it on the ground, the gorilla's just going to fucking swing and knock it out.
They don't punch though. They just like.
Oh, what's it going to do? Just stand there and let the grizzly attack it?
It'll run and bang its chest and shit.
What if we throw a hippo into the mix? Who's
hippos are
winning
bitches?
Yeah,
Oh,
hippos can
you
get
reckon?
fucked.
I saw a video of a rhino getting impaled by an elephant, and I was like, rhinos are bitches too. The elephant fucked it.
then? Yeah, but a hippo's fucked.
The only thing a hippo can do is like bite you, and a gorilla's just getting it and ripping its mouth open.
How about Threads that Zuck started that just to fuck with Elon? Do you guys use Threads?
I haven't used it yet, but I know about it.
I got it. I have one thread, and it is in quotation marks. How does this shit even work?
I
and
feel
then
like
shut
so
up and drink
many
a beer.
people have done that.
No, well, I was the only one who I've seen, and I'm the.
Do
you
you
don't even
reckon-
have Threads,
do you
so why would
reckon-
you think that?
Do you reckon that Zuck creating Threads is like his version of shit talk pre-fight? Because he knows he can't like call him out or like do anything. He's like, what can I do to get inside his head?
I reckon
I'm gonna
Zuck,
create a
Zuck
company the
definitely has an
exact same."
evil layer like Dr. Doofenshmirtz
yeah.
in Phineas and Ferb.
Does he have kids?
Yeah, he's got 2. Zuck has like 2. Elon has like 9.
Zuck has little robot kids.
Oh yeah, they probably play like they probably do fencing, fencing and
definitely
like
do.
that. What's that thing hurling where you like scrape the ice?
Yeah.
That's what they
Curling.
do. Curling.
It'd be like that robot off Rick and Morty. It's like, Zuck, what is my purpose?
Yeah.
You pass me the butter. Oh my god.
Yeah, well, funny story. Yesterday, well, everyone already knows this, but I'm telling the listeners. I got followed on Threads by John Cena, and I'm claiming that it's real because it's clearly not.
He has 15 followers.
No, well, it didn't say how many followers. All right, but it was verified John Cena saying like John Cena the @ and all of John Cena's threads were getting like between 10 and 20,000 likes, which is a lot for Threads. And for a brief moment, I thought, "Oh my god,
So
John fucking Cena, Blake's Make-A-Wish dream, followed me on Threads." I was gonna send it to Blake and just be like, "Fuck you."
So it's not real.
Oh well, I doubt it.
Well, why don't you say?
Well, I tried. Well, there's no way of knowing. But I went on his Instagram and it didn't have a Threads number. So, and also I'm number 50 million in Threads, and I was fairly quick onto it. I think Zach's like 30 or something. I was fucking quick onto Threads, 50 million, and
Yeah,
I
it's
have a
weird to
friend
get a
who's
number.
963,
Damn.
and I was 50 million.
Who?
Chip from fucking the
Oh
fellas.
yeah, that's fucked.
Damn.
Shout out Chip. Top 1,000 people on there. I think all the UK influencers must have got early access or something though, because they're all high, and then all the American, like Logan
Low.
Paul's like 15 million or something, and
Yeah,
he's
right.
always fucking sucking off the new technology.
I
Congrats on
refuse
your
to-
engagement, Logan. Yeah, fuckwit.
Oh, fucking oath. Well, I guess I'll say it then.
So just for
So
anyone
guys,
listening,
fuck
So you can send in video messages and we'll react to them on the pod.
yeah, send in a message of you saying a question. Wait, send in a. I just saw Zach actually just want to kill himself. If there was a button on his leg that was just instant killing himself, he would have seen me say that and just gone. No, send in to the Instagram SunSeshPod, the podcast Instagram, obviously that is. Some video questions for us, and we'll answer them on the podcast and get you on the podcast. We
If
can even
they're
put the
good.
video on the screen. Yeah, if they're good, ask us something funny, like how many. Everything that I was going to say, then I realized I couldn't
Yeah.
say. So just imagine what I was going to say. But send in some video questions because they'll be funny and we can answer them.
Yeah. Was that
Congrats,
it?
Logan Paul.
You fuckwit.
All right, well, that's about it for today because I feel like we've ended on slightly more of a high than we started.
Bit of a whirlwind of an
whirlwind
episode.
of
but
emotions.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think-
glad you're feeling better, Benny.
The
I'm
goon
feeling.
and
I'm
juice
actually
calmed us
because
down.
I even on the car ride here, I think we could all agree we're a bit flat. But we got out our anger and venting that we need to, and I for one know that I'm feeling a lot better. So
That's
hopefully
good,
it's helped all you viewers and listeners as well.
Also, guess next week. No idea who it's going to be.
But
So
there is
tune
one.
in for a random guest. We honestly might just go get the tow truck driver who towed my thing and sit here and abuse him for an hour. Imagine that tow truck driver who towed Liam's
You
car.
fucking cunt.
Yeah, send in your best hate mail to us and we'll pass it on to him.
No, send in your best tow truck story or like something you're getting a fine for some shit. Because I always like hearing other people's stories to make me feel better about my fine. I want to hear a fine that's like 20 grand. You're like, yeah, I got a fine for killing the tow truck driver. It's 20 grand.
Well, I got. This is just a little thing to add on. I got a letter in the mail the other day saying that I have an unpaid parking ticket that has now gone up to like $250 or something. That I don't even have a car at the moment.
Nah, you're definitely guilty. So I'd.
Yeah, well, I mean, I probably am.
Oh, we got a fucking gas bill that isn't the gas company that we're with. It said like tenant of our address. This was due like 2 weeks ago. I'm like, we're not even with this gas company. Anyway, that's about enough out of us. Hope you're having a better Sunday than I had yesterday, which was a Tuesday, but we'll pretend that it was a Saturday. Thanks for listening.
That made no fucking sense.
No, today's Sunday. We record on Sundays.
Yeah, well, I hope you're having a better Sunday than the day that I had yesterday when I got my car towed. Yeah, all right. Appreciate you for listening. Make sure you rate us 5 stars. And also tell your friends about the podcast. Subscribe if you're watching on YouTube and like the video.
Send this to your mum.
Because it's more money for us and I'll be able to pay off my fines. Send it to mum, yeah. And follow the Instagram, Sunstashpod on Instagram.
And follow Ben's Instagram.
Yeah, follow my
Christopher.
Instagram. Yeah, and Henry's.
Nah, you don't have to.
Follow Zach's.
Yeah,
He
Zach
deserves
actually needs it. Everyone go follow Zach.
Yeah, Zach's got.
Nah, because
'Cause
he's
look
getting
at
in
him.
hot
He's gone
demand
to-
now. He's
he's
getting
fucking-
fucking snatched up by everyone and their mum who's got any content creator in fucking Australia is just going, let me get some of Zach. He's ours, so stay away. We'll chase you down with pitchforks and fucking torches. Thanks for listening. See you, bye.
Fuck you! This is fucked. What the fuck do we do now? Let's just keep on going. Keep on pretending. We'll all do it. Fuck you. Fuck you. I know. Fuck you. Fuck you. I love you guys. We should start a podcast.